Okay, I want to go into two questions there. First of all, you mentioned, which me and you would both agree, that the punishment from Allah after death on the Day of Judgment is eternal hellfire for this person. How would you approach this conversation with a non-Muslim who doesn't necessarily believe in that, yet you're still advocating for this huge punishment for apostasy in this world?
I think that ultimately you have to take this discussion in the context of the whole of the religion of Islam. I don't think you can take this discussion out of the religion of Islam and the existence of God and the right of Allah to legislate. And, I don't think you can just take this out of there and keep it on its own. You have to have muqaddimat. You have to make the person has to understand the existence of God, the law of God, the right of God to be worshipped alone, the crime of making a partner with God. And that has to be there. Otherwise, you're trying to have a discussion based on no foundation. There is nothing you agree upon. And people say, I don't believe God exists, so why is there a punishment for apostasy? That's like saying, I don't believe that murder is wrong. Why is there a punishment for murder? At the end of the day, we have to have some kind of common ground that we stand upon.
Okay, the second question I have is that you mentioned that the person who makes a private, personal decision that I no longer believe in this religion, as long as they don't go out publicizing it, then
I don't see how the punishment would be. How would they be discovered?
That's fine.
My point in this is not actually that they shouldn't be deserving of the punishment. I believe they're deserving of it. It's actually that I believe that the person this is really targeted towards is to stop the spread of apostasy in the society.
It feels a bit now that you're a revert yourself and you were previously a Christian.
Okay.
And you were living in a non-Muslim country. And then you decided that Islam is the truth, and you've gone on to publicize that and even call people to it.
Beautiful.
And imagine if that was a rule in Christianity.
Yeah.
Where would you be?
Where would I be? I wouldn't be. I've announced my Islam in that country. I would have quietly made my way out to a nice Muslim country and then stood, on the minbar Yawm al-Jumu'ah and said to everyone, I've become a Muslim and I'm not going back to that country because those people are going to execute me for choosing the truth. I mean, I don't think you can compare Islam to anything else. But I do see where you're coming from. But I just personally here in this issue of apostasy, I really think that when you see the wisdom of what this does to the whole society and the severity of this crime and the severity of what it leads to and the need for deterrence, the need for retribution and the safeguard, the fact that this guy is caught and then just the punishment is carried out, that opens up to some questions. But the fact that they're given an option to recant, to repent, and they still persist with it, I think, a person, if it was the other way around in Christianity, you've got two choices. Either you die as a martyr, or either you keep it quiet and get out of the country. And what did the Sahaba do in Mecca when they were under threat of being killed for choosing their religion? Some of them sacrificed themselves and some of them concealed their Islam until they could leave. Okay. I think that is reasonable when this law is published.